This old world keeps spinning round. I can't figure out why tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time, comes a time, comes a time. Yeah, when you ignorant spheroid Baltardia pieces of shit finally figure out that the earth ain't no spinning ball and it's a flat motionless plane, you will figure it out. Sorry for that outburst, folks. Hello. Anyway, I don't think you're all gonna just bounce back into the last video that I recorded and posted, but I had a pretty good exchange here going on, and I thought I would share it with you and just invite you to see the spheroid Baltardia bullshit nonsense that they're trying to spew. The video is Baltard's curvature of 1 degree in 60 nautical miles. Flir's 8 inches per mile squared curvature drop? You decide. So anyway, this Robert LaFleur, we've been going back and forth now on that 1 degree curvature drop for every 60 nautical miles. So he just has to drop in and make a comment. And this is Robert LaFleur's comment. I already told you this. From anywhere on Earth in whatever direction, 60 nautical miles equals 1 degree curve. Easy. And then his chest bumping, high-fiving buddy, Ryan Jeaneous, I'm just going to call him Lemming, Ryan Lemming, he pops in and bingo! So then I just reply and I say to Robert LaFleur, I have to laugh at your stupidity. You really don't see how stupid you are. You take a sphere, 24,901 miles circumference, and locate the latitude where you can slice a dome off. The flat part of the dome has a 22 statute mile diameter. Turn the dome face up. Just for your stupid asses, in parentheses, the flat surface is up. Climb up on top of it. Stay at the very edge. Mark your start point and march your stupid ass 60 nautical miles in one direction or the other. After that 60 nautical miles, when you end up back where you started, parentheses, just for you, you will know because you marked it. Maybe, just maybe, you will realize in the 60 nautical miles you just marched a complete 360-degree circle, and every place on this globe, in whatever direction you go to or from 60 nautical miles in any direction, does not, I repeat, does not result in a 1 degree curvature. That is a preschool explanation. I don't know how to explain it any clearer or easier to you, my fine-feathered newborn. Then old Lemming, he comes back on at in rem. Perfect. Let's take your theory to an extreme. Take your slice and make that slice 1 foot from the pole. Walk a 1 foot radius around the pole. Do you believe you just walked a crazy amount of Earth curvature in that short distance? Of course not. You walked no more Earth curvature than if you walked 2 degrees pi feet straight at the equator. 1, you walked 360 degrees around a pole. One, you in a very small angular distance. Neither has significant curvature. Best not to laugh at someone's stupidity when you don't understand the basics of geometry. Your theory is demonstrably incorrect. Spheres curve at a constant rate in all directions. That is what makes a sphere a sphere. And then I reply at Lemming. So what you are attempting to sell me is a circumference of 25,000 inches has the same curvature rate as a circumference of 25,000 centimeters. Get the fuck out of here. And then Numbnuts Lafleur at Rem. I know you can't explain anything. That's because you don't understand anything, my fine-feathered old geezer. Lafleur pops in again at Ryan Lemming. Thanks for that very clear explanation. High five and chest bump. Unfortunately, it will be all lost on our genius friend, referring to me, of course. Then Robert Lafleur at Lemming again. He was answering as I was writing my answer. What did I tell you? It's hopeless. And so Lemming at Inram. I'll try to simplify this for you. Take a basketball. Put a dot anywhere on the ball you prefer. Then draw a line 2 inches straight in any direction. Do this again on another part of the ball. Compare the arcs you just drew. Is one more curved than the other? No, of course not. That's because a basketball is a sphere, and spheres have a constant rate of angular change over distance in all directions. And I reply to Lemming at Lemming. The length of a circumference is the length of a circumference, and a mile, a foot, or an inch for that matter makes a difference to the diameter required to make that certain length of circumference. A 10-inch diameter makes a circumference length of 31.4 inches. You cannot take 31.4 inches of length circumference and make a circle with a 9.5 or a 10.5 inch diameter. On the same token, you cannot take a circle with a diameter of 1.51 inches and create a circumference length of 32 inches or 34 inches. And that is a fact. So go try to sell, being stupid, I spelt it with a C, your horseshit story to an illogically thinking spheroid. I was writing that comment to him as he was writing his basketball comment to me. And so this comment popped up. Oh, so I replied to him again, excuse me. In Rem at Ryan Lemming. First of all, oxymoron, there are no straight lines on a sphere, period. Second, every latitude on a sphere has a different circumference. If they were all the same, you would not have a sphere. You would have a freaking cylinder, period. Third and last, if I took a toothpick 2 inches long, placed it on the equator of the ball, and laterally flipped it end to end, it would take more flips end to end to reach back around to the starting point than if I were to drop down, say, 3 inches from the top and repeat the process, period. absolute conclusion. Yes, most definitely. There are definitely more than just two different circumference lengths on a sphere. So by mandatory law of Euclidean geometry and physics, a sphere must and most definitely does have more than just one arc length, freaking period, followed by explanation points. Get a clue, Sphereoid. You just got your ball handed to you by a stupid, double-dumb, uneducated, ignorant, idiotic, Dunning-Kruger recipient of the year, flattard. Now go cry to your Spheroid buddies and tell them I don't know my ass from a peanut butter sandwich. And then I reply to Lemming again. A basketball is a sphere. This is a quote from him. And spheres have a constant rate of angular change over distance in all directions. You said it yourself, dipshit. Spheres have a constant rate of angular change over a distance in all directions. Then he comes back at me in rant. At least you summed up your argument at the end better than I could have. If you really think that walking a 1 foot radius path around a pole of a sphere is the same amount of curvature as walking around the equator, I'm afraid there is no helping you. Also, if you can't figure out how you would walk a straight path on a sphere, also, I can't help you. It's pretty easy to picture. Head east, head west, head southwest for all I care. The shape created of that path you traverse is the same, no matter the starting point, as long as the distance traveled is the same. I'll end with a statement from Wikipedia on constant curvature. The sectional curvature is said to be constant if it has the same value at every point and for every two-dimensional tangent plane at that point. For example, a sphere is a surface of constant positive curvature. I don't know. I thought a sphere was three-dimensional myself. But who cares? In REM, the wise has found a flaw that no scientist, math magician, or random YouTuber has found before him. He has disproven the definition of a sphere. Congrats. P.S. Of course, every latitude has different circumference, except north and south latitudes are mirrored. However, you are arguing that Earth curvature would have to constantly increase in rate as you go towards a pole. As I already explained, it is very easy to picture walking on top of a dome. If you really believe you are going over more curvature walking a path 1 foot in radius from the pole as you do walking its equator, then I'm afraid it's remedial geometry class for you. Also, keep in mind that there is no top of a sphere. So if I took a slice of the sphere right where I lived and walked that path, and I going over crazy amounts of curvature because of where I arbitrarily sliced that sphere, of course not. And so I replied to him at Lemming. I summed it up better than you because I was not spewing regurgitated bullshit. I was merely stating facts. An admission of complete failure. His quote. At least you summed up your argument at the end better than I could have. I say, there was nor is an argument. There is no debate. There is only the presentation of fact and letting them speak for themselves. That is why you spheroids will never prove Earth to be a water-covered, spinning, pressurized sphere whirling and twirling through the vacuum of space. You have no facts to prove it. All you have are theories, effects, math magics, lies, deceit, scientism, ifs, and a good imagination with the big fat zero fact. Not one. And there you have it. So my faith in these Sphereoid Baltardia ignorant fucks are either trolls or just too Baltardia spheroided to even take the time to do any investigation, gather any data, any information, and ponder over it with an open, unbiased, non-prejudiced mind and let the evidence gathered come to the conclusion of the reality we live in. With that, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good evening and be well. Even you spheroid Baltardia idiots, be well.